is where Kumasi Asante Kotoko, no matter how they choose to look at it, they've never ever been dominant in this particular fixture against their city rivals. Back there, it used to be King Faisal until they got relegated. Now it's Nations FC, and they find it so difficult, to beat this.
Well, after the two sides walk onto the pitch, Asante Kotoko yet to record a league victory against Nations FC. Well, a statistics that continues to raise a lot of eyebrows there. In the last 5 previous meetings, Nations FC have dominated this fixture by winning 3 of those matches against Asante Kotoko. So certainly you have a lot of work there for the coach, who's sitting in as interim coach against the Karim Zito's exit, and he has to change the forces of Asante Kotoko into this game.
Most certainly he has to, and there's quite a lot for him to do, especially against the resurgent Nations FC team that are unbeaten in their last 4 games. He expects the players to bury the ball when they create the chances. It's not like they're not creating chances. They do create chances, but finishing of these chances has been the problem for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in the last 4 games.
Well, Asante Kotoko here at the Sabayara Stadium, and certainly they're looking to change a lot of things there for the fans who's here trying to see how they can support the side. But the interesting spectacle here is that Asante Kotoko want to start the first attack here on the right hand side, put themselves some awkward pressure there, and so centre back for Nations FC, Razak Simpson, ensuring that he wins that possession there for Nations FC. Well, it's going to be an aggressive display there by Peter Amiduwakwa. Certainly one of the players that you're looking forward to is Maudin runs on the flank. The return of Asante Kotoko's attacking play. Albert Amwa and Kwampoku yet to combine effectively to score, and Albert Amwa really getting the better of Simpson and goes into the box looking for space, and nobody there to connect. And that's a lovely piece of work there on Albert Amwa, the man I was just talking about, and Razak Simpson was simply left looking for space, and Amwa, who scored just 1 goal after his return to Kotoko against Basake Oli Stars, beginning to open up here.
Yeah, and they're enjoying using the right-hand side of attack now. We stopped Kami Duakwa, very, very early inside that game with that good press, winning that ball. And then later on, it was also Albert Amwa with that run down the right-hand side. But it cut back a bit too heavy for the approaching Johnson also, to just connect to that.
Amwa again, now he loses the section. Look at the bench of Asante Kotoko and looking at the face of the players who obviously some of them come back to intercept. Oh, nice play there for Nations FC to get themselves in a very good position against the crossbar. Nations nearly got the first goal. Wow. Emmanuel Arnold just couldn't pounce on the rebound for a first goal there for Nations FC. But what a strike it was. Explosive. Fihini with that lovely pass over the top of those 2 players there. Prince Bedu and then also Samba in no man's land back. Kotoko again. Kute. Another ball into the far side. Asante Kotoko have a first goal, and they do! And guess who scored? It is Asante Kotoko. Albert Amwa. His return to Asante Kotoko after going to Libya. He's back, and this is his 2nd goal. Yeah, you talk about header. A bit impressive, but what about that for a cross from Kute? Exquisite. Right onto the head of Albert Amwa. Yeah, a bit of a late defending there. They've been defending pretty decent up until that time, where Albert Amwa had to show a bit of strength there. So he thinks in there, but what about that for a cross? And just no one applying pressure on the fullback. I'm not too sure what the plan was there, but the end of the first half being a bit traumatic there with Asante Kotoko's channel there, and coming back in the second half. At least they lead by a goal nil at half time. And so Sohini of Nations there, the 2 players booked, and now second half. And it's going to be Nations FC setting the tone for us to see exactly how the response will be. They have had one of the most exciting first half, at least had the sad post coming to their rescue. Asante Kotoko took out of the game and had to find a way to get the goals there. But it's yet another duel in the second half awaiting us at the Babayara Stadium, and Nations FC who definitely are looking to change things. So, but again, that ball coming off the arm, the Kotoko player, and no cause at all there. It was a good hit from Ayukwe, but again, Dari, putting himself so big to deal with that one. Buildings round to Peter Amiduwakwa! Beautiful control, but a very, very poor, for them. There was no way he should be missing that. Again, the combination, look at Dewey's pass over the top of Razak Simpson. Lovely chest control there. Again, finishing. Well, you think it was just 6 minutes and plus some added on time to be played.
throwing in two attackers by.
Here comes Martin Jones' third attempt in the 18-yard box. Dogo is waiting for the ball. Now the best of Kotoko just have a player down. Referee now whistles what? Is a penalty for Asante Kotoko. Papa Yaya is the man who has just been brought down.
Yeah, it's a huge score. It's a huge score. And they have two of the best kickers on the pitch now, but just look at that. The hold up play, from Morrison Donzo again. And that was the ball, yeah. And no attempt to win the ball there at that point. And I think it was a bit reckless there. A bit sloppy there. But it was a heavy catch from Dogo. And you could see,
is he ready to make it a sixth for the season? And Samba O'Neill is a man to see if he can have his sixth goal for Asante. Samba O'Neill! 6 goals this season for the centre back. And Asante Kotoko may appear to be home and dry now with a second goal.
I was questioning the decision by Prince Owusu to throw on two attackers when you have a 1-0 lead in a fixture you've never won before, but I think it paid off 6 seconds later. But what about that? For a finish by Samba O'Neill. And you talk about experts from 12 yards there, you certainly can count on him. Just a bit up there, and no chance at all for.
It's 2-1 Bashir United against Adriana Stars, and 2-1 Dreams against Nigeria. 2-0 Asante Kotoko against Nations, and this time Kotoko looking forward the flag had already gone up. And I'm just trying to give you the pattern of the scorelines here, and the team Chelsea 2, Carolina 0. Again, opportunity. Now Martin Donsu goes on the goalkeeper. Martin Donsu goes to ground. What the referee says, what?
Could be a send it off. I think it could be a send it off.
Oh, this is not looking too good for the goalkeeper. Yeah, I want you to go through this.
Yeah, I think it could have been right on the edge of the box. Yeah, it is. That's where the tackle happened. But he wasn't the last man actually, and Gripman just playing himself in trouble again. And look at that, Donzo a little bit dummy there, but Rabin Osman had already
setting for Asante Kotoko already. And Donsu is looking to make it 3 for Asante Kotoko against Nations, and Martin Donsu converts beautifully. So between Martin Donsu and Samba O'Neill against Nations FC Asante Kotoko, and ever since he took charge, his very first win at home as Asante Kotoko interim coach, and Martin Donsu, and he does it so easily.
And that's how you wrap up a game. And for a player of his caliber, second banging in the goal, I think that was some good decision.
This will be the very, very first time in 6 meetings there between Nations FC. The Nations have lost to Asante Kotoko. Means that they move up on the Premier League table, 48 points, 2 points above second place. Nigeria FC, and Emmanuel Kote was declared the man of the match there. Asante Kotoko now third with 42 points, same point with half the folks. And Nigeria Stars sixth with 41. And Summertech sixth there with 36. But I tell you what, the bottom half of the table, you do have a lot of starting point with All United 11-1 as Young Apostles. It's finished here in Kumasi. Asante Kotoko 3, Nations